A very good morning to all of you. In this class, I am going to start with another important topic of chapter human reproduction, that is female reproductive system. So, in previous class, we have already discussed about the male reproductive system and spermatogenesis. So, first we revise our previous class content, then we proceed to the today's topic. So, previous class content, in previous class, we have already discussed about the male reproductive system. In male reproductive system, the primary consists of primary sex organ and the secondary sex organ. Primary sex organ have testes, seminiferous tubule, scrotum, testes, scrotum sac, seminiferous tubule. So, testes, the bilobe structure about 2 to 4 centimeter in length and 2 to 3 centimeter in width. They present or covered by the scrotum sac. The formation of testes takes place in the abdominal in previous condition or in intrauterine life. They form actually in abdominal region, but when the about 7 months, the finally testis descends into the scrotum sac by the inguinal canal opening. And both the two testes divided by the septa present in the scrotum sac. That septa is known as the septa scrota. Through they finally the testes divided into two parts, or the septum present in between the testes. Now these are some important point of the testes or primary sex organ. The seminiferous tubule also present in the primary sex organ. The testis is formed by mainly 200 to 300 compartment, and each compartment have 1 to 4 seminiferous tubule. Now inside only one tubule, when we dissect the seminiferous tubule, there are two type of cell inside the seminiferous tubule, the Sertoli cell and the spermatogonia, or also known as germ cell. The ploidy of germ cells are diploid and Sertoli cells are two diploid in condition. The Sertoli cells provide nutrients to the developed spermatozoa, or germ cells undergoes in meiosis, mitosis or meiosis division. Mitosis followed by meiosis division to form the spermatozoa inside the seminiferous tubule. Now these seminiferous tubule open into the retitestis, which is a thin tube-like structure. Retitestis open into the epidermis. Epidermis mainly formed by the three structures: outer head or caput, also known as caput, then middle and the innermost layer. The epidermis is characterized mainly for the synthesis of some fluid nutrients, because for the short duration spermatozoa also stored into the epidermis. After the maturation, finally epidermis open into the vas deferens, or retitestis open into the vasa efferentia, then epidermis, and finally epidermis open into the vas deferens, and vas deferens form the loop over the urinary bladder and opened by the common duct which arises from the seminal vesicle. The sperm also stored in the seminal vesicle for the proper development, and finally during the ejaculation, finally the sperm passes outside through the urethra or external opening. So these are the primary sex organ of male. Now secondary sex organ mainly have the accessory duct, which we have already discussed. Now later we will discuss about the accessory glands. The seminal vesicles and prostate gland, bulbourethral gland, all these three glands help in the lubrication, sperm maturation, and they provide nutrition. These are some important point. Now primary sex and the secondary sex organ completed of the male completed. Now spermatogenesis. In the spermatogenesis, the spermatogonia undergoes in mitosis division. First, they undergoes in mitosis division and form the primary spermatocytes. primary spermatocytes mainly formed by the mitosis division, but this process takes place before puberty. When a male reaches to the puberty, finally due to the hormone, some of the hormonal regulation, finally the cell undergoes in cell division. Primary spermatocyte again undergoes in division, mitosis first. By the mitosis first, from the primary spermatocyte secondary spermatocytes form, and from the secondary spermatocyte again meiosis, second division occur, and finally spermatid form inside the seminiferous tubule. Now again during the differentiation process, spermatid converted into the spermatozoa. Spermatozoa stored in short-term storage in epidermis, and finally some few days stored for few days in the seminal vesicle. Now these are the topics which we have already discussed in previous class. Let's move to the today's topic, female reproductive system. Female reproductive system. In the female reproductive system, mainly like male reproductive system, primary or secondary, here is also the primary and secondary sex organ. So primary sex organ, primary sex organ mainly consists of ovaries. So ovary present in the lower abdominal region of female or connected by uterus, also present in between the uterus and the digestive system, that is the part of digestive system. So ovaries lies in between uterus, or so ovary lies not between lateral side of the uterus. So and they present in lower abdominal region of female. So they attach through the ligament known as mesovarium. Attach through the ligament known as mesovarium. Now another is laterally they are attached with the laterally they are attached to the ligament known as suspensory ligament to the abdominal wall. So laterally attached through suspensory ligament. To the abdominal wall. Now they also attach to the ligament to the uterus, with the help of ligament to the uterus. Uterus by or through ligament ovarian ligament. So what are these ligaments? Mesovarium through the abdominal region, and laterally they are also attached with the abdominal wall by suspensory ligament, and the third is ovarian ligament. Now they attach with the uterus. The structure of ovary mainly consists of stroma and the epithelium wall. So the ovary consists of the epithelium and stroma. The stroma mainly have the different cell component, blood vessels, and the Graafian follicle. So the stroma contains blood vessels or Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle. So now after these, the primary sex organ completed only ovary consists of the primary sex organ of female consists of only ovary, or inside the ovary is formed by the epithelial layer and the center stroma, and stroma mainly consists the blood vessels and the Graafian follicle. Now this Graafian follicle is formed by the oocytes or oogonia. Oogonia converted into the primary oocytes like male, and secondary oocytes during the puberty, and secondary oocyte finally converted into the ovum or egg. Now second is secondary sex organ. Secondary sex organ consists of oviduct, also known as fallopian tube. First is oviduct. ओविडक्ट, ये और सी को बोलेंगे फैलोपियन ट्यूब्स. Oviduct and fallopian tubes. So the oviduct and fallopian tubes mainly present in between the uterus or the uterus and the ovary. They receive egg from the ovary and transmitted into the fallopian tube. Finally, the fertilization is also carried out by the fallopian tube. So the significance role of oviduct or fallopian tube is they provide suitable environment for fertilization. So they provide suitable environment for fertilization. Fertilization is carried out in the oviduct, or oviduct mainly formed by the 4 parts. So these 4 parts are infundibulum, or also known fimbrium, infundibulum, which project finger-like projection to form the fimbriae, and fimbriae open into the body cavity and they receive the ovum after ovulation process. The ovulation is carried out in the oviduct, and the certain hormone is responsible for the ovulation. After the ovulation, with the help of fimbriae, the fimbriae are motile in nature, so they migrate or move always around the ovary. Whenever the ovulation takes place, the ovum is catched by the fimbriae, and finally these catched ovum transmitted into the ampulla region, and the fertilization is carried out in the ampulla region of oviduct or fallopian tube. So infundibulum is carried then infundibulum projected into the fimbriae and form fimbriae. Or fimbriae is a finger-like projection. Finger-like projection. Second is infundibulum open into the ampulla, significant for the fertilization. The fertilization which is carried out in the fallopian tube is actually the position of ampullary region. So the ampulla provide suitable environment for fertilization. So fertilization. Fertilization. Now C is isthmus. Isthmus. This part of fallopian tube is thin tube-like structure as compared to the infundibulum or ampulla. Tube-like structure, thin tube-like structure, which actually have the cilia region, and the cilia migrate and push fertilized ovum, which is carried out in the ampulla region, into the womb, into the uterus. So uterus center, also known as the D part, is uterus center or on uterus. Now the last part, the uterus is formed by highly vascularized wall, and the wall consists of three type of layer or muscles, or said to be layer. The outer muscle known as perimetrium layer, or layer is known as perimetrium layer. The middle layer is formed by actually vascularized or also have muscles, so that's why they are known as the myometrial or myometrium. Now the innermost layer is also highly vascularized and contain blood and tissues, more blood and tissues. So that wall is known as, the innermost wall is endometrium wall. Now the uterus formed by the three layer perimetrium, myometrium, and the innermost layer is endometrium. The uterus formed by the perimetrium, myometrium, endometrium. The perimetrium is outermost layer, myometrium is middle layer, which have blood vessels, blood RIUM. Metrium have blood vessels and muscle fibers. Endometrium is highly vascularized and formed by the soft tissues. So for the implantation of the embryo, so they are important in the implantation of embryo, and these three layers are responsible for the, and also characterized for the protection of the developing fetus. Now the last, the oviduct is completed. The last, now uterus, the opening of the uterus center is known as uterus part होगा यहाँ पे oviduct में और fallopian tube में. Now the uterus is actually separate part, the secondary sex organ. Here is secondary sex organ, and D is uterus opening, which is present in between the fallopian tube and the main uterus or womb. This is actually womb, in which the development of fetus occur, or embryogenesis occur. So the second part is uterus, and the third secondary sex organ is cervix. Cervix is covered by only the dense mucus. So it is covered by, is an opening which is covered by or present just behind the uterus, and actually uterus open into the cervix, and finally cervix open into the vagina. So covered by the dense mucus. Dense mucus. So these are secondary sex organ, and the last is mammary gland. mammary gland. Oh. Female. So present in both male and female. Female, but functional only in female. But functional only in female. Only in females. And the mammary gland formed by or present over the pectoral muscles located over the pectoral muscle of thoracic region or chest region. Pectoral muscles of thorax mainly formed by the lobule structure or circular structure, or mainly formed by the alveoli or lobules. Mammary lobes. So mammary lobes, there are in each breast, mammary lobes are present 5, 15 to 20. Each breast consists of 15 to 20 mammary lobes. So the structure (15 to 20) lobes are present. Mammary lobes are present, and inside these mammary lobes, finally, the mammary alveoli are present. Now, this portion is known as nipple, which open into the mammary tubules. Mammary tubules present in the mammary. So the mammary lobes open directly through the mammary tubules. Here is mammary lobe open with the help of mammary tubules. Mammary tubules. Now, mammary tubules continues into the tube-like structure. That tube is known as ampulla. Here is ampulla. And ampulla also have the lactiferous tubules. Here, below the ampullary region, there is lactiferous tubules. Lactiferous tubules. The lactiferous tubules mainly collect or store the milk synthesized by the alveoli, mammary alveoli. The ampulla is continued into the mammary tubules. Mammary tubules. Finally, tubules form alveoli known as mammary alveoli or alveolus. Mammary alveoli, and all the mammary lobes covered by the fat bodies. These fat bodies. Fat bodies, and the dark pigmented structure over the or behind the around the nipple is known as areolar. Areoli or areolar. So these are the structures of the mammary gland, in which the opening is known as mammary tubes open with the help of lactiferous tubule. Behind the lactiferous tubules mainly help in the storage of the milk produced by the alveoli, and lactiferous continues into the tube known as the ampulla. Ampulla continues into the mammary tube. If I enlarge these structures, so क्या होगा यहाँ पे? Here is lactiferous tubule. Lactiferous tubule continues into the thin tube-like structure is known as ampulla. Finally, ampulla open into the mammary tubules. And these are the alveoli. This region is known as ampulla, and here is lactiferous duct or tubules, and finally open into the liquid. So this is a single structure of the lactiferous tubule, which continues into the ampulla and mammary tubule, or finally open into the alveoli, mammary alveolus or alveoli. So these are the collective structure of mammary gland. Now in today's class I have discussed about the female reproductive system. The female reproductive system is formed by the primary sex organ, secondary sex organ, and the mammary gland. The primary sex organ consists of ovaries connected through the present in the abdominal cavity, mainly connected by the wall with the help of mesovarium, and laterally by ligament by suspensory ligament, and connect with through the ligament by the uterus is known as the ovarian ligament. Now the ovary consists of formed by the outer wall formed by the epithelium, and inner formed by the stroma or contains stroma. The stroma consists of two regions, cortex and medulla. The cortex and medulla region consists the Graafian follicle, which undergoes in meiosis division. The spermatogonia oogonia undergoes in meiosis division to form the ovum. Now after the primary sex organ, secondary sex organ consists of oviduct or fallopian tube. Oviduct mainly characterized for the fertilization and formed by the four regions: the infundibulum, which continues into finger-like projection known as fimty, ampulla, isthmus, and uterus opening. Now the secondary sex organ is uterus, which is formed by the three layer. Outer layer is perimetrium, middle layer is myometrium, and innermost layer is endometrium, which characterized for the implantation and for the embryogenesis, and which is highly vascularized and formed by the blood vessels or tissues. After this, the accessory glands are also present, but only one gland is present, one pair gland is present, which is mainly responsible, which generally secretes or mainly secretes the mucus or transparent mucus. Now the gland name is Bartholin, which secrete only mucus. So only one gland is present, accessory gland. Now इसके बाद mammary glands present over the pectoral muscles only functional in female, and formed by the different mammary 15 to 20 mammary tubules, which have lots of mammary alveoli, and these are open into the alveoli, or the nipples open into the lactiferous tubule or duct, which continues into the ampulla and mammary tubule, then alveoli, and finally alveoli secretes the milk, which again transfer into the lactiferous tubule or stored into the lactiferous tubule. And the pigmented area of around the nipple is known as areolar region. So these are the some important content of the today's class. I hope students you like that video, this video, and keep listening and watching me. So thank you for